This is a Sims Minimec injection pump off of a 3-cylinder BMC diesel engine fitted to a Nuffield 342 tractor. On the tractor it wasn't pumping any fuel, so I took it off, took it apart, inspected things and cleaned it, put it back together, and now it seems to pump fine. So what was wrong, I don't know. Presumably dirty. Anyway, when I went looking for information on these things, I found very little, so thought I'd make this little video and show the basic details of some of the internal parts of the thing. So there are 3 pump plungers, as you see here. This rack slides to shut your fuel flow off. It's off, that's on. What that does is just rotate the plunger, and the plunger has a little orifice that aligns with the fuel inlet. When it's in that position, it will allow fuel flow. Moving it that way turns that little orifice to cut off its communication with an inlet line, so that then the fuel flow is off. So I've got this thing set up to test, and I can demonstrate that. It's just a simple gravity feed on the fuel. I'll add a little bit of fuel to this line. These are the bleed ports, so just to ensure there is fuel flowing, open this. Should see it pee a little bit. Yeah, that's dripping out there. Make sure there's no air in it, which I think there isn't. Yeah, it's got fuel flow there. Okay. So I should be able to just rotate this by hand, and we'll see little spurts of fuel. There we go. Yeah. That seems to work. It wasn't running on the tractor. Anyway, so I'll do a little bit of disassembly here and show the internals. Just a fitting. This little component just has a small orifice through the center of it. It just restricts the flow so that I get a small spurt of fuel coming out. That upper chamber is of course full of fuel right now, so she's dripping. That's a spring just to hold the valve in place. And in there is a little valve. That is the valve. Held down by spring tension. Pressure of the fuel underneath that pushes that valve open, allowing a little spurt of fuel through. And the spring closes it so the fuel doesn't go back through. And this lower chamber is the camshaft that works the plungers. This cavity is normally not lubricated and does not have diesel fuel in it. The diesel fuel is in a hollow in this casting, in the upper portion. Pop this top off, show the plungers. Of course, dump diesel fuel everywhere. Disconnect this line and do a little less fuel running everywhere. Top is just held on by these 4 nuts sitting on studs. Lose anything. Okay, so this top piece just pops off of there. These are the plungers. Mate with this little, the little lever on the mates with that slot and the fuel control. And so you see that rotates the plunger. There's the little hole to emit fuel, and then it flows up through here under pressure as it's plunged into its bore. Underneath is the camshaft, but I don't plan to disassemble it that far. So that's basic fuel delivery system on these things. Put it back together. There's a little bit of a trick of lining up all those plungers, pushing this guy back down. But anyway, that's essentially what's in the fuel delivery part of a Sims injector pump. Hope that was informative.